I'm a boomer that's bad with technology, and I don't have the time. Unlike the entire panel of paid professionals that did this and still dicked up. That's all I had to say. Remember, kids, the Senate is always watching. One person Izzy is obsessed with going on about is Zaid Magenta, previously known as Misanthropony. I'm not going to pretend like he's never screwed up immensely, but Izzy, and many like him, are more upset because he's mean about Star Wars. They hold the alleged opinion that all opinions must be respected, while simultaneously, and without any self-awareness, primarily melt down about Zaid's opinion. Izzy, clearly with screwed up morals, and you'll find out why later, was more concerned that I said mean things to Crimson than he was Crimson's actions. He makes it very clear that he's okay with saying someone with negative opinions about Star Wars deserves harassment by people with low moral priorities. And I respond directly to that by pointing out that her alleged morals are less than worthless to me.
And I have a feeling if your mother knew what actually happened instead of whatever lie you fed her, she'd toss you out. Or maybe she'd beat you senseless. Either of these I am completely fine with, because frankly, I hope you never breed. I've seen pictures of you, I doubt you're going to, but I hope you never breed. Because, number one, we don't need your genes passing, not because you have autism or anything like that. I care very much so for people with disabilities. But because you have low moral character and you're going to raise your children to be just as stupid, weak, worthless, gutless like you are. You're pathetic.
It's like...
It took you days?
Probably,
Days? It should have taken you
like
5 goddamn seconds!
It was probably like 4 days.
4 days
like
between
4 or
finding
5
out someone
days
in your
until
server is a
eventually
child
we
predator
got it
and removing
figured
them.
out.
Are you stupid? Rosa, pay attention. Take the dicks out of your ears so you can hear me. Do you understand me? You've been answered on that question.
Is this a fan of his?
Hey, retard,
Tell
pay
me.
attention. Pay attention. And I hate having to use that word. I apologize, I should not have. But Rosa, open your ears. Are you paying attention to what I'm saying to you right now?
Tell me, is this a fan of his?
Answer my question, moron! You were told who that account is. 4 times. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. You were told. You were told. You were told. You were told. You were told.
Just,
You were told.
it's just.
So why are you asking again, stupid? I
in her life.
don't care. I don't care about her taking down her server. What I care about is it took her days to take somebody she knew was a child predator away from her server that had kids in it. Don't you ever come to me telling me about how you care about children, you lying, disingenuous piece of garbage. Crimson Mayhem is a worthless, gutless piece of gutter trash, and Star Giant Productions is too. Frankly, they should both get into single-person car accidents with no survivors. Come on, come at me. What are you going to do? You're going to
Then
report
what am I
tweets?
supposed to do with them?
Find better friends and learn to be a better person with consistent moral values that gets mad over the right things instead of whether or not someone's mean about Star Wars. Go find a noose. Make sure it's nice and tight when you jump, hunger for hoes. Well, come on. Defend your friends. Remember, you're a force to be reckoned with. Let's hear it.
I just don't have any words to say.
Gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because there is no defense for them.
Well, that was really hard to watch.
This eventually led to a Twitter user informing me that Izzy had a history of defending a child predator named Camhead, claiming they did so because the predation was ages ago, in Izzy's own words. Because apparently, Izzy believes doing this to one kid is completely fine. Alright, Izzy, can you hear me?
I can.
Alright, so before we get started real quick, so I'm making sure I don't goof up here, what are your pronouns?
He, him.
Alright then. So let's go ahead and get into this because, as you can tell on Twitter, I'm not happy.
Not happy.
Correct. So I have to ask, how exactly do you think that this child predator manipulated you? Do you have parents at home?
Yes.
If I shot your mom in the face, would you excuse that if I said I had learned my lesson?
No.
Why?
Because you shot her.
Because I did something morally reprehensible.
It was wrong of him.
It's also wrong of you. Who raised you to where you thought this was acceptable? So you weren't manipulated. So you lied. Because you're scared of consequences for your lack of action. Rules for thee, but not for me, seems to be the standards of these people.
Now that is irony!
Right, who the fuck is this you're talking to? Because I really do not like his bloody attitude. Switch this fucking thing off, right, and just don't have any contact
Meet
with
my
him.
mother.
Yeah. Just turn it off, Callum, for God's sake. Like, nobody else ever made a bad bloody judgment in their life, right? That's enough.
All
That's
I did
enough.
was make a bad judgment, okay?
No, you covered up for a child predator, you worthless
This is not
idiot.
what you need to be listening to. It's people like this that are bloody
Yeah,
trolls.
people like
That's
this
all
that
they are.
actually have standards where you didn't raise your kid to
Oh
have
my-
any. People
Trolls,
like
that's
this
all
that
they are.
actually have standards. Actually have standards.
Actually have standards. Actually have standards. Actually have standards. Actually have standards.
I'm the good guy here!
Yeah, a lot of bad guys say that.
That woman is like the most deranged person I've ever heard.
Time for another banana.
You don't need to be listening to these people.
Yes,
Holy
go ahead,
fuck.
child. Go and defend child predators.
Even going so far as to make a text image talking about making mistakes. There was a Twitter user from the Middle East trying to promote his independent cartoon about his culture and history. And Izzy, the brave white man he is, had to correct this minority artist by promoting modern cartoons with Middle Eastern characters and writers that have minority characters from that side of the world as good representation. Izzy, of course, got clowned on for this, claiming he was going to leave Twitter. Note, this is only because Crimson Mayhem called him out. And no, I don't believe Crimson actually cares. I think he just wants clout posting this stuff. Of course, he didn't stay gone from Twitter and is now claiming his actions were worth it because it revealed all those toxic people. Piss off, loser!
30 years old loser! Holy fuck, you're that retarded. I know you're that goddamn retarded, but holy crap, you're that moronic.
And nothing of value was lost.
Don't be like Lio Convoy and restructure your way of thinking if you are. You genuinely don't want to wind up like him. Terminally online, defending predators and maybe racism.
And cope all day, you goddamn delusional Anglo-Saxon homosexual!
Go find a noose.